Shlama Khawati Habiwe. Hello everyone. This is Maher Abraham, and this is the first recording of the fourth edition of the Alabeth Ma'alta Lishana Syriaya Le'za Madanhaya Beth, an introduction to modern Syriac Eastern Dialect, the fourth edition. A couple of things we need to review before we're going to go through the recordings, chapter recordings for this edition. It is recommended to have a copy of the fourth edition, and this is the ISBN number. It's going to be better for learning using these videos with the textbook. For Chapter 2 and 3 videos, the content of these chapters will be reviewed in the videos. So for those they need to learn the basic of reading the letters and vowels, they can just follow up the videos. After these chapters, a book is needed because nothing is going to be shown, only in audio for that one. You can order a copy of this textbook from our websites, aramaic-studies.org. One more thing, the recording of these videos is based on, for this edition, fourth edition, is based on 9x7 page size. If you have a different size, you may have a different number of the page, but the contents are the same. So for Chapter 2, this is where we're going to recover. We're going to learn about different types of scripts and dialects. However, not everything in this chapter I'm going to read it for you. Most of them are kind of historical things you need to go over and learn it by yourself. I'm going to just focus on the thing we need to learn for this chapter, introducing the alabeth with the vowel Ɂஐ, and type of script we have. And then in Chapter 3 we're going to go over every single letter. We're going to learn how we're going to write it, how we're going to pronounce it, and we're going to learn more about that letter, because some letters, they have grammar. They are grammar, part of the grammar in this language. And then we're going to learn how we're going to pronounce the letter with the vowels, the 7 vowels we have. These are the 7 vowels. At the same times, we're going to start learning words and the meaning of the words, and we can put them together to make a statement. Here you go. This is Chapter 2. Okay, again, this is how we're gonna review it. It's very clear. In the first 2 pages of this chapter, it's gonna introduce you about, or gonna teach you about the type of dialects we have, or the 2 kinds of dialects we have in the Syriac language, the Eastern and the Western. However, this book is being designed for the Eastern Dialect. So we're going to study the Eastern Dialect in this book. We're going to learn how exactly the letters in a Western Dialect and the 5 vowels, but we're not going to study those. We're just going to mention those somewhere in the book. The script, we have 2 major scripts for Eastern Dialect. The first one is, the original one is called Esṭrangelā. Esṭrangelā does not have the vowel, or we write it without vowel. This Garshouni is writing any language using Syriac letter. The Eastern alphabet, here this is the subject of this book, Ɂayaʲ Madanhaya. Unlike English, language, the Syriac is written from right to left and has 22 letters. Like studying any other language, one of the first things you must do while learning the Syriac is memorizing the alphabet and the vowels in order. While learning the order of the letter, you will learn the names and pronunciation of the letters. So 22 letters, okay, and 7 vowels. Remember that, 22 letters and 7 vowels that really made up the Eastern alphabet or Eastern language, Syriac language. There are 2 types, as I mentioned before, used by Syriac Eastern Dialect or writer. First column from right, figure 2.2, the one we're just going to cover, is the Eastern Syriac letter, and the second column is the earlier Syriac script, is called Esṭrangelā, whose name is derived from the Greek word Eστραγγέλος. Esṭrangelā, by the way, used in only banner titles, represent the date of the year, and so on. So it's barely used in writing when we write the Syriac language, the Eastern Syriac language, but it's very good to communicate between the 2 dialects, the Eastern and Western writers. Only 6 letters are different in shape from the Eastern Syriac dialect and Eστραγγέλα. And these letters are Alep, from left to right, Alep, Daleth, He, Mim, Resh, and Tau. The rest are the same. What exactly means? That means the Eastern Syriac dialect are the same in Eστραγγέλα shape. And I'm going to go over that one in a minute. Also, we need to learn that 3 of the Eastern Syriac dialect letters, Kap, Mim, and Nun. Kap, Mim, and Nun. This is Kap, this is Mim, and this is Nun. Okay, these 3 letters, they have final form, means that it appears differently when placed at the end of the word as a opposite of the beginning or middle. The pronunciation remains the same, does not change the name or the sounds of that letter. The 3 final forms are listed below in the figure 2.2. These final forms must be memorized in order to properly learn the language. In addition to those 3, we have another letter which is Tau, and this Tau has a special form and can be used anywhere in a word. So you can even mix those in one word if you want to use them. Doesn't matter where, regardless the position of the letter Tau in a word, you can write either this one, this is the book is going to use, the one I highlight, and this one, okay, is the other form of Tau. However, we need to learn something that this form, the new form I have here, this one, when it comes at the end of the word with the letter Alep or Yod, is going to show like this one. You see, sometimes you're going to see it. It depends on who's writing or who wrote that book. It's going to write it like this one. Okay, like in Mvita. Mvita, city. Mvita, city. And also the Tau Alep at the end, that's how the book is going to show it in this book here in 4th edition. You may see it in different books like this one. That is Tau and Alep, 2 letters, Tau and Alep, like in Ptholta. Ptholta means virgin, Ptholta. Okay, those are the 2 with the Alep, ending at the Alep, Tau Alep. And now The other one, the toth, tau and yoth, these two letters, okay, you may see it with the other form of tau, looks like this one, tau and yoth. Do you see the yoth? Almost look like a comma attached to the left of the letter tau, like in Matthew. Eight letters do not join from left. However, we learned that Syriac language is right to left language, and it's mostly a cursive script. That means the letters join to each other from left and right, except all of them they join from right, and most of them they join from left, except 8 letters do not join from left. And these letters are from left to right here: alep, daleth, he, waw, zain, sade, resh, and tau. However, I'm going to go over those letters when we're going to go study in next video. We're going to learn how we're going to write the letters and also how we're going to pronounce the letters with the vowels. I'm going to show you how exactly we're going to join the letters together in one word. So that is going to be part of the second video we're going to cover after this video. Numeric values, we use the letters also to represent numeric values. And you may look at the appendix H for the fact of the international numeric values, the one we use, just like number 8 here, why this number 8 looks like this one, and who created those. In appendix H, you're going to learn how, or it's showing you how and why the number 8, the international number, looks like this one. However, this number 8 here looks like different than the one they created at the beginning, but you're going to have an idea based on what was created like this or was shaped like this one. The letters from alep to teth, and again alep is the first letter, teth is the number 9 or the 9th letters. So if you're gonna go, they're gonna be from 1 to 9. After that, we're gonna start counting each letter by 10th to sade. So yoth is gonna be 10, sade is gonna be 90. Again, I'm gonna teach you that, and I'm going to explain this one to you on how we're going to read the numbers in chapter 5, because I have a full chapter about the numbers in this book, just to deal with the numbers in Syriac and how we read the number in Syriac. After the 90, each letter, which is sade, each letter is going to be counted by 100 to the last one, tau, which is the 400. Does that mean only up to 499 we have? No. Chapter 5 is going to cover the rest. Okay? But so far these are up to 500. To 499. We're going to learn in second chapter. And then in chapter 5 we're going to learn more or beyond the 499 numbers. The Syriac alphabet, as again, they are 22 letters, and these letters are divided to 6 groups to make it easy to memorize these letters. And these groups are, I have them here in English, okay? This is my best pronunciation or spelling for the Syriac language. But I'm going to read those for you, and you can write it again if you see that is not matching in English. And this is, by the way, I love the English for you guys, or using any your own language you study, probably your native language is not English, is something else, you want to learn this language, that's fine. You can use your own native language to write the words the way I'm gonna say it. So the first one from right to left here is abgad. Do you see the vowels, the dots? These are the vowels. Abgad, hawas, hattay, kulman, sa'pas, qarshat. Here are the letters, and just to review this one with you, the first one, as it was mentioned before, this one is going to be the Eastern alphabet, okay? And that's what we're going to study, and I'm going to show you how we're going to write one by one. The only 6 letters we have different in Esṭrangelā. The name of the letter, okay, that is the name of the letter. If there is any comment like unjoin, what else we have there, numeric value of that number, and the equivalent English letter. Not every letter in Syriac has equivalent English letter, so we need to pay attention to that one too. Just like review those. Alep, okay, that's the name, Alep, and this is the Esṭrangelā. His name is Alep, as I mentioned, is unjoined. Remember, we have 8 unjoined letter. This one is one, the first one unjoined letter. Numeric value is 1. However, this is numeric value, not the number name. We're gonna study the number name when we're gonna study each one, and also in chapter 5 we're gonna cover more. It is equivalent to A in English. Beth, okay, when you see this one is a blank, means nothing there. For Esṭrangelā means is the same. Remember when we say 6 only are different in Esṭrangelā, or they have different form in Esṭrangelā, the rest are the same. So the Esṭrangelā is going to be the same. The name is Beth. We have a couple of things about Beth when we're going to study this letter, and chapter 6 as well is going to give us more information about Beth, because this letter Beth is used in the grammar, is a preposition letter in Syriac. Numeric value is 2, and it's a B in English. I'm going to move on a little bit faster now. You know the style here. Gamal, 3, G in English. Daleth, this is the Esṭrangelā, Daleth. The name is Daleth, is unjoined letter, one of those 8 unjoined. Numeric value 4, D in English. He, unjoined letter, numeric value 5, H in English. Wow, unjoined letter, numeric value 6, W in English. Zain, unjoined letter, 7, Z. Hath, and also this sounds of hath is a heavily accent H, look like hath, because I don't have any equivalent in English, is h. Numeric value is 8. Tayth, heavy accent T, numeric value 9. I have nothing in English of that sound. Yoth, okay, numeric value is 10, Y in English. Cap has a final form. Remember, we have 3 letters, they have final form. This is the one of those, or the first one of the final form, and looks like this one. cap. Okay, numeric value is 20, and it is K in English. Lamath, lamath, 30, L in English. Meme, meme, this is the Eṣṭrangelā, meme, has the final form. This is the final form. Numeric value 40, M in English. The next one is noon. Noon, the name is noon. Final form is this one here for noon. Numeric value 50, N in English. Simkath, 60, S. Slide E, A. Again, this one, nothing in English. Numeric value is 70. I don't have any equivalent to this one in English. Pe, pe, 80, P in English. Sade, sade, unjoined letter. The sounds of sade is like an S in sun. S as in sun, sa. Numeric value is 90. I don't have any equivalent letter to the sade in English. Again, those are comparing to the English language. You may have equivalent to this in your language. Your native language, you can use that native language you have or you speak to make it close to the letter you have. The next one is qob. Qob. Okay, numeric value is 100. And I don't have anything for qob in English. Resh. Resh. Eṣṭrangelā looks like this one. Unjoined letter, does not join from left. Numeric value 200. Equivalent to R in English. Sheen. Sheen is a 300. Numeric value is the SH in English. Two letters, sheen, the sounds of sheen in English. Tau, this is the Eṣṭrangelā for tau. Its unjoined letter, does not join from left, and has a special form. Can be anywhere in a word. At the beginning, middle, at the end, doesn't matter. Numeric value is 400. It's T in English. These are the 22 letters in the Eastern Syriac dialect. And let's just move on with this chapter. Just a couple of notes here. You know that the characters key, when you're going to see something like this one between two parentheses in this book, that means a classical Syriac language, Lishana Atiqa. The word used, for example, to apply the vowels, verbs, grammar, or plural. It is barely used in the spoken language. You know, we have, just like many languages, okay, they have the classical, the formal language is different than the spoken language. So we use some words, most of them are, we use them, but the example I'm going to use here, when you see this C between two parentheses, that means it's barely used in the spoken language. If you're going to see M, okay, means masculine form, and we say ḍiխրանայա. ḍiխրանայա, that means masculine. When you see F for feminine, okay, form, ⵏqبثنايا, نqبثنايا in Surath. By the way, Syriac name, the Syriac language in our language, in the Syriac language, is called Surath. So if I'm going to use Surat or Syriac, I hope you're not going to get confused because they are referred to the same language. P, okay, in between two parentheses, that's mean in a plural form, and it plural form means igaÐ효ڼια. Also means for the group, okay, that's if you're gonna see a G, okay, in between two parentheses, that's mean a group, and that is same or mix of masculine and feminine. If you're gonna see like first, second, third, meme, or sorry, MFP, okay, that's mean from, for example, first, this one, first person, male, means from first person male, and that is ﷺ. First male means ﷺ. Female for F, նակουά, and the plural ᓯριακ. To the second person or to a second person male, again ﷺ, նակουά, ᓯριακ. And a third person as well, you're talking about a third person as male, female, or plural. ﷺ, նակουά, ᓯριακ. One last thing about these characters here, when you're going to see modifier, or when we say modifier, it's a special symbols with the Syriac letter to give a sound or a letter is not exist in the Syriac language. You know, probably from the table we cover in a minute, you're going to say, where is the sounds of J, or CH, or sh, ch, alright, something like that. We don't have those. In the same thing, in the same times, I did not have the sounds of F like a Frank in the Eastern Dialect, or the sounds of V like Victor in the Eastern Dialect. So, to make those sounds, we can use existing letters with the modifier, okay, and we can make up those sounds and letters. However, those are not part of the grammar. It's just we're going to use them because we need to move on with this, you know, to match the most of the languages in the world. The vowels, the 7 Syriac vowels, Ɂዄ mean vowels. We have 7 vowels, and they are represented using dots. The dots, like you saw before when I mentioned in 깨가ዄጡስ, you saw some dots there, and these dots change the sounds of the letter, and they can apply on any letter in the Syriac language. We're going to use the letter B, Beth, to see how the sounds of the letter is going to change when we apply the vowel. The first one is Sqapa. Sqapa. That's the name of the vowel, and it's pronounced like a long A. Ah. It is indicated by placing 2 slanted points, one above other, directly over the letter. Sqapa is usually like AH in English, as in father. Example, how it's going to look like. So this is the letter Beth with the 2 dots, Sqapa on the top. The sounds of Beth with no vowel is B, with this vowel Sqapa, ba. The second one is Pthaha. Pthaha is pronounced as a short A. It is indicated by placing 1 point above the letter and the other point under the letter. Pthaha pronounced like UH, as in hut or utter. Example, with the Beth, this is how exactly it's going to look like. 1 dot above, 1 dot under the letter Beth. and beth again is b, with the pthaha is gonna be ba. Zamapshiqa is pronounced as a very short I. It is indicated by placing two even points side by side under the letter, and it is like IH as in sit or hit. Example, applying the beth, b, with the Zamapshiqa is going to be b, b, b. Zamaqishya is pronounced as an open E. It is indicated by placing two slanted points, one above other, under the letter. Zamaqishya is pronounced like a, as in they, or net. Example, with the beth, b, be, b, be. The following three letters, two are derived from the letter wow, W, wow, okay? The first one is ﷺ, and ﷺ is the letter wow and single dot above. Again, single, not two or three like we have in the first the first four vowels. Single dot above the letter wow. When you see this single dot above the letter wow, that is not a letter anymore. It is a vowel. And why I mention this? When we're gonna study a reading, we need to focus. That is gonna make up the syllable when we talk. It's not gonna be a letter. ﷺ is pronounced as o in English. It is indicated by placing one point over the letter wow. It applies only to the letter wow. That's why I said it's derived from the letter wow. It is pronounced like o, as in so and ro. Example, if I'm gonna put it with the letter beth, b, with the ﷺ is gonna be bo. You see this one? This one is a letter beth with the vowel ﷺ. Okay? You're not going to say I have two letters, even though this one looks like the letter wow, but this is not a wow anymore. This is a vowel. B. Rwasa, the second vowel derived from the letter wow, is rwasa. With rwasa, we're going to replace the dot under the letter. The sounds is oo, like in boo, room. With the beth, b, boo. So that is the beth with the vowel rwasa, b, boo. The last letter is derived from the letter yoth. Yoth is y. By placing a single dot underneath it is a hwasa. Again, single dot, not two dot. When you're gonna see this one, okay, this one here, it's not a letter, it's a vowel. Okay, even though it's a letter yoth and dot underneath it, but that makes it make this letter as a vowel. Hwasa is pronounced as a long e. It is indicated by placing one point under the letter yoth. It applies only to the letter yoth. You see here? But that's why it's derived from the letter yoth. It is pronounced like e or ee, as in bee or tree. Example, I have the beth, b, and has a vowel hwasa, so b, b. B. The next topic, rhythma. The next topic, rhythma. This is gonna help you a lot with the reading in Syriac and spelling the word. If you're gonna control these three rules I have here, you're going to see that it's going to be easy for you how we're going to read and spell the word in Surah. A syllable cannot begin. The first rule, it says syllable cannot begin with a vowel except the vowel ḥwāsa. Remember this yoth and that underneath it? We can start the syllable. The syllable start with the ḥwāsa. Every syllable must begin with the letter with no vowel, okay, and can only have one vowel, except, okay, with a few exception, or simply no vowel. What I mean by simply few exception, because if I'm gonna have this letter yoth, you know, which make a syllable by itself, I can add another vowel to this one. So let's just see example here. The Syriac word for singer, zamara. Zamara. Look at this one here. I have from right to left, okay, the first one is zain and sqapa za, and then mim and sqapa ma, and then resh with the sqapa ra, and then alap at the end has no vowel, and that makes itself, or make it silent. That is one of the grammar we're going to study later, next chapter or next video, about alap. When alap has no vowel, is silent. Okay, so this, and it is syllable as is za, ma, ra, zamara, zamara. What happened to the alap? Okay, to the last syllable. Alap, which has no vowel, joined the resh has a vowel. So what does that mean? That is going to take us to the second one. I mean the third one here. Rules. When I have a letter has no vowel, cannot be, according to this one, cannot make a syllable, so it's going to join the one has a vowel. Zamara. Zamara. Syllable are two types. The first one is open and the second one is closed. If I'm going to study this example we just covered, zamara, za is the first syllable, za, this one here, and it's open. Why? Because it's end with a vowel, or has a vowel, or end with a vowel. Same thing with the ma. Ma is open. The third one, ra, the third syllable, ra, is closed. Why? Because it ends with the letter, no vowel. So that's why we say close and open and close syllable, zamara. Zamara. Again, I'm saying this one slowly, zamara. It's just you guys to learn how to pay attention on this one, because when we say it, we don't say it that way. We say zamara. Okay, zamara. And you can, if you pay attention to the way I say it, zamara, you will see there is kind of a pause every time I have a syllable. Zamara, zamara, zamara. The third rules, when I have a letter no vowels, that is going to be part of the letter has a vowel as a syllable, so cannot make the syllable by itself. Couple of grammars before we're going to end. Before we're going to take a couple of examples, we need them in the coming chapters or videos. Grammars, one grammar here, two vowels cannot be applied on one letter at the same time except with the ḥwāsa vowel. Ḥwāsa vowel, which has another vowel on it. For example, Elia. Elia. Do you see the this ḥwāsa yoth here? This one, do you see it here? I'm highlighting it. That one is the ḥwāsa and has the sqapa, the long A. Elia, which means Elijah. However, most of the Bible names, the prophet and everyone, they have a different version in Syriac. Because remember, this one is a part of Aramaic, and they use the Aramaic name for all the Bible in the Bible, the Old and the New Testament. So they're going to be a little bit different. Elia is in Syriac, Elijah is in English. Also, ияр. You see here, ияр. This one is a hwasan, has a skapa, which means May, the month of May. And 뾱ula, which is chemical elements. That is the classical word in this case. Another example, if you're going to see a dash line above a letter, means the letter is silent. Okay? It is called mabatlana. Mabatlana means make the letter silent. Disabler. Okay? We need that one for spelling. Otherwise, it's going to be a wrong spelling. For example, mass is raza. Do you see alep? Alep at the beginning has a line above. Okay, that make that, even though alep has no vowel, is silent by itself, it just they put that one on the top of that one, make it silent. Human, nasha. Again, alep with a silent above. And next one is bed, shwitha. You see, make this one silent. Shwitha. Honestly, if I'm not going to silent this word, I'm going to say tishwitha. That is going to convert it to, or it's going to be in the classical formal language. Tishwitha. But in the spoken language, which is the subject of this book, okay, we learn the spoken language, so we're going to say shwitha, and we're going to disable or make the tau, the first letter, silent by putting the line above. In Appendix E, you can look and see more example, and for those they need to learn the grammar in a more official way, you can read Appendix E in this book. Some of the examples, how we're going to read them, and those are really, I want you to start using your pencil or writing using whatever I'm going to say here for now, using your native language to write the sounds of each word, because we're going to use them in examples, even though we're not going to cover all letters, but we need those as an example. And they are really to describe the first, second, and third person pronoun. And as you look here, in the right column is the Syriac word. The second column is the syllable, how exactly we're going to syllable that one. And the third one is the meaning in English. Okay? So, ana. If we're going to apply the three rules we have to make the syllable, so it's going to be a, na, 2 syllables. A, na. Alep again, join the noon, which has the vowel. It's going to be ana. Ana means I, first person. Iwin. Is am from first person male. Urza. So if I'm going to put those together, ana iwin, I am. Ana iwin. The third one, iwan. You see, E1. E1. Look, what is the difference between those two? This one has a zlama bshiqa, short I. This one has a pthaha, and change the meaning. That's E1 is from first person female, naqwa. Naqwa. So if I'm going to use ana with E1, it's going to be ana E1. I am from first person female, naqwa. Akhni, akhni, akhni. Here, akhni. Noon is silent. As we mentioned that, noon is silent. Akhni. We. First person group. Iwukh. 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 E by itself is a syllable. E, hwasa. Wukh. Wukh. Iwukh. R. For example, when you say we are, is gonna say akhni iwukh. Notes here, the R in English is all the same for you are, they are, and so on, right? For second person and third person, all right? In Syriac, that is not gonna apply. So iwukh is not gonna be applied when you talk. You see, when you say, when I'm going to say you are as a second person, male and female, is going to be different. Okay? So this one, iwukh for we are. Akhni iwukh, we are. Ayit. Ayit, you, second person, male, urza. Second person, male, urza. Iwit. You see here, E with R for second person male. That is different from iwukh. Do you see here? Again, that we're not gonna match the English. That is a totally different language, and we need to study this language as it is own grammar. So nothing is similar to the English. So if I'm gonna say ayit iwit, ayit iwit, you are, talking to the second person male. Ayat, ayat, you to the second person female, naqwa. Iwat, iwat, ayat, iwat, you are, second person female. Akhtun, akhtun, you are, you to the group, second person group, sagi anaya, group, akhtun. Iwtun, iwtun, akhtun, iwtun, you are. You are, you're talking to the group, mix or same sex of male or female. Okay, so you're gonna say akhtun iwtun. Okay, we're gonna move on to the third person. Au, au, he. Il, is for male. Au, il. Okay, I did not put here urza because he, for sure is he. He is. Are you talking about a male person? Au, il. He is. Ai, she. Ai, ila, is. Ai, ila. Ai, ila. She is. Ani, see here, he is silent and noon is silent. Ani, ani, they. Are, ila. Ani, ila. They are. They are. Ani, ila. Last thing in this chapter, chapter 2, and in this video, I promise that I'm going to just cover show you the Western dialect and letters and the vowel. Here are the letters. There are 22. Okay, start from right to left, writing from right to left, and if you compare those, you will see that almost the same shape of the Eastern dialect, but they make it more easier to write. You know, one draw of pencil or line, you can make that that one. And when I'm going to show you next chapter or next video how we're going to write the Eastern dialect, you will see there is kind of more than one step to write that one. However, if you're gonna learn the hard way, you can learn the easy way or the easy one as well. The vowels, they reduce the vowel from 7 to 5, which they merge two closest vowel together in 2. So two of those letters, they merge it with the other 2, and that's why they end up with the 5. And these are the symbols. Do you see the circle with the dot? Means any letter. Okay, means any letter. And that is the symbol on the top, just like a triangle. That is the pthaha. Okay, this one is orwasa. You see here they just even they call it different way. You see, this is the circle, means any letter, and that the symbol on the top, it's honestly the vowel. Here go for the second one, the third one, this one here also, and same thing here and same thing here. That is for this chapter, and I will see you in the next chapter, chapter 3.